Yehovah Eloheinu Sebaot, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me and cover me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Judges chapter 15. But after a while, during the wheat harvest season, Samson went to see his wife. He brought a young goat for her and said to her father, I want to go to my wife in her room. But he wouldn't let him. Her father said, I really thought you hated her altogether, so I gave her to your best man. But her younger sister, isn't she even prettier? Why not take her instead? Samson said to them, This time I'm through with the Philistines. I'm going to do something terrible to them. So Samson went and caught 300 foxes. Then he took torches, tied pairs of foxes to each other by their tails, and put a torch in the knot of every pair of tails. Then he set the torches on fire and let the foxes loose in the fields of the Philistines. In this way he burned up the harvest wheat along with the grain waiting to be harvested, and the olive orchards as well. The Philistines asked, Who did this? They answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the man from Timnah, because he took Samson's wife and gave her to his best man. Then the Philistines came up and burned both her and her father to death. Samson said to them, I will certainly have my revenge on you for doing such a thing, but after I do, I'll stop. Infuriated, he began killing them right and left. It was a massacre. Then he went down and stayed in the cave at Etam Rock. The Philistines went up, pitched camp in Yehuda, and attacked Lichi. The men of Yehuda said, Why are you attacking us? They replied, To arrest Samson, that's why. To treat him the way he treated us. Then 3,000 men from Yehuda went down to the cave at the Etam Rock and said to Samson, Don't you know that the Philistines are our rulers? What are you doing to us? He answered, I've only treated them the way they treated me. They said to him, We've come down to arrest you and hand you over to the Philistines. Samson replied, Swear to me that you won't fall on me yourselves. They said to him, No, but we will tie you up and hand you over to them. However, we promise not to kill you. So they tied up the 2 new ropes and brought him up from the rock. When he got to Lichi, the Philistines came running and shouting at him, and the spirit of Yehovah came on him powerfully. The ropes on his arms became as weak as burnt flax and fell from his arms. He found a fresh donkey jawbone, took it in his hand, and with it he struck down 1,000 men. Samson said, With the jawbone of a donkey, I have heaps piled on heaps. With the jawbone of a donkey, I killed 1,000 men. After he finished speaking, he threw the jawbone away, and the place came to be called Ramat Lichi, Jawbone Heights. Then he felt very thirsty, so he called on Yehovah, saying, You accomplished this great rescue through your servant, but I am now to die from thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised? Then God made a gash in the crater of Lichi, and water came out. When he had drunk, his spirit came back, and he revived. This is why the place was called En Hakore, the spring of him who called. And it is there in Lichi until now. He judged Israel in the period of the Philistines for 20 years. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this interesting 15th chapter of Judges? We can aim to love others so authentically that everyone around you knows it. Fall in love with character over skin. Be slow to anger. Ask Yehovah to avenge you. Let Yehovah take life away, for he is the giver and creator of life. Ask the Spirit of Yehwah to come over you powerfully to do what is good from the perspective of Yehwah. Cry out to Yehwah and be honest in your time of need. Ask for your spirit to come back. Aim to lead those around you in reading and applying the written words of Yehwah. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can encourage others to cry out to Yehwah in their time of need. Bear one another's burdens. We can lead by obeying the written words of Yehwah, our Elohim. Produce spiritual fruit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. End with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehwah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehwah will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehwah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete.